Welcome to Crawl or No Crawl. This is Carolyn Holzman, and today is February 14th, 2023. Happy Valentine's Day. It is also day number 529 of the indexation research project and marking the one-year anniversary of when I started testing the new protocol on getting new content into the index last year. And things have changed again. The issue right now seems to be getting content from crawl and indexed in Search Console over to being served in the primary index for specific sites, the ones that are designated as primary desktop crawler. And what that means is the desktop crawlers are the ones that compile the data that we see in Search Console. Now, I will tell you, it looks like I'm having success in doing so, at least for the simple keyword. It doesn't show yet here on the graph because I hadn't been, just due to circumstances, not testing every single day next to each other. So once I get a few more tests in the bag on this one, I think we're going to start to see this row here start to turn green. And part of the reason it doesn't show yet is the same reason, like when you use indexers to get your pages indexed, they say it takes 24 hours to see the link showing up as indexed in Search Console and 5 to 8 days within the SERPs. So it's not magic. It's basically why you get wet standing in the rain. It just happens once you start getting into the system. Now you're looking over here. This is the thing that came out and everybody got all excited about it. The search status report, and really other than validate that there are 3 systems in indexing, you really can afford to ignore it right now. There is nothing in there that will help you. So what we did find, of course, is last Friday's test page was findable on this, and but not the, actually I put it in the wrong spot. It's not the simple, it's just simple, it's not the JavaScript one on that one. It's hard to do this, I guess, when a video is going on. Okay, I'll leave that alone. Quick note, because I am testing because of the JavaScript, I am testing on previously indexed pages, so I'm going to see if that is the same for edits, because if it is, it might explain a few things. If it isn't, we'll just keep moving on. Quick note, and I want to talk to you about the Google Search Console. When you scroll down where it says why your pages aren't indexed, last week I validated a group of discovered not crawled URLs. Now, don't let the word, after you fix it, resubmit, validate, stop you, because if the reason your content is not indexed and Google lists it there as Google Systems, there's literally nothing for you to do. So simply go ahead and resubmit those for validation. And yesterday I told you that the notification that comes through, under the little bell, when it said that everything had been validated and was complete, and if you clicked on the blue button, it would show you that bucket of discovered but not crawled URLs was completely empty. But when I went to regular Search Console, to the very same section, I could still see them in the discovered not crawled. However, today, that has changed. Now, when I go there, to the same section where yesterday had URLs in it, that group shows empty. And it turns out all of those URLs have been moved over to the crawled and not indexed bucket. And the reason it is not indexed says Google Systems. So guess what I did? Yeah, I validated my fixes, and now we'll see what happens. Yesterday I kind of wondered if Google has a supplemental copy of our Search Console data on their side, and that when pages move from one state to another, it first shows on their side of our console, and then after it's on their side, then we see it when they push it out to our versions of the Search Console. It's one possibility that could explain a lot of discrepancies and errors in Search Console. specifically, if there's something wrong in there, it needs repairing, or they might be working on something. Now, here is the index detector page, updated today, so you can kind of see, what I was telling you before, that once I've got a couple of test pages in the hopper and that they're going through the system, I fully expect this one here to turn green and probably stay green. Now, you can kind of think of this as your visual cheat sheet for what's happening in the indexation. And remember, this is only talking about new content that has never been indexed before. I do have a separate test for edits, but this is not reflecting that. So your experience might be different, especially if you don't have a desktop primary crawler site. So anyway, so far the data suggests that there may be a space between the indexing and serving system for new content from a primary desktop crawler. And so the new thing that I'm doing, I think, is sort of a workaround for that to get the first pass into being served. And then we'll really start to see more of the index content on the test site. So stay tuned. Have a great rest of your day. Talk to you later.